Welcome back. Check out the latest pictures from our viewers of the winter storm in the Triad. Sidewalks are covered in sleet and whissett, and it looks like a winter wonderland out in Reedsville.
Our morning team has you covered, spread out all across the Triad, keeping a constant eye on these changing and increasingly dangerous conditions this morning. Welcome back to WFMY News 2 Mornings this Sunday as we track this winter storm to keep you safe. I'm Megan Malaris.
And I'm Lauren Coleman. The storm is slowly pushing into the Triad. It pushed in late last night, and now we are in the thick of it, and it pushes out east.
We'll get to our live crews in just a moment. They have some important updates for you. First, a latest check of our track with meteorologist Ed Matthews. Is it still falling mostly as sleet or more so freezing rain?
And freezing rain, but we continued the transition to what will be mainly freezing rain throughout the day and into the evening. That is the most dangerous type of wintry precipitation you can have. And although you see how things look to be tapering off a little bit over South Carolina and Georgia, look at all this to our west. Individual rain elements or precipitation elements, winter weather, tracking to the northeast, but this whole area is tracking our way. Low pressure tracks to our north, but its associated cold front will not move through the area until later on this evening. So we're going to continue to see mounting ice with a continuation of freezing rain and temperatures well below 32, the freezing mark. We're into the teens, the low and mid teens this morning. So maybe a little bit of wintry mix. I think the snow for the most part is over with. We're dealing with sleet and freezing rain, and again we'll continue into the transition of freezing rain as we go through midday and into the afternoon. A little bit of fog out there as well. That's just adding to the already very difficult travel problems with this morning with the icy roads. You can see over Burlington. The snow looks nice on the buildings there, but yeah, that fog is something that I'm keeping a close eye on. Look at the wind chill, 0 measured out at PTI. Most recently, it feels like 3 in Winston-Salem, 4 at Asheboro, feels like 5 over at Salisbury, and 6 in Burlington. So these are single-digit to near 0 wind chills this morning. Still an accumulation ice, the most of it south of Greensboro, south of I-40, over 1/2 inch a possibility, but we're going to get plenty right here in the Triad and points to the north, anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice, increasing power outages through the day. So we'll continue with the freezing rain right on through around 8 or 9 o'clock this evening.
Claire, I was just checking our outage map for Duke Energy. There's that pocket we're monitoring in Alamance County, and it says crews cannot safely get to the outage to assess the lines because of the conditions. What are they dealing with?
Yep, no, that's a great question, Megan. I did see that nearly 150 people just over toward Burlington dealing with that power outage. And, you know, as the freezing rain starts later this morning and into the afternoon, becoming more widespread, that's going to make for even more problems with power outages. Know that, and also please be careful if you're going to be out on the roads. Try to avoid it if at all possible. There is some congestion right now, of course, on roadways over toward Guilford County here in Greensboro. There was that obstruction with 2 lanes blocked due to debris. That was right at exit 221 off of Elm Eugene Street. That has now since been cleared. Live traffic camera, though, you can see the amount of snow, sleet, freezing rain out on the roadways here off of I-40 right near Peters Creek. Please stay off of the roads as they are treacherous, and they're going to get even worse with the freezing rain coming later this morning and into the afternoon. And we'll talk more about it coming up.
All right, thank you for that update, Claire. Right now, our WFMY News 2 team is scattered across the Triad, keeping track of some of the road conditions. Let's go ahead and check in with Manning Franks, who's live out in Guilford County. Manning, I know that you're off of Wendover, a road that's highly traveled and usually gets pretty congested this time of the morning. We've been telling people to stay off of the roads, but have you seen traffic start to pick up in this area?
Well, I'll let the visuals do the talking for myself. In fact, it has, for those of you who are aware, Windover is one of the most traversed roads when it comes to all of Greensboro. And today, well, it's definitely, it's the weekend. It's definitely in the middle of a winter storm. So with those two factors in play, you definitely have a decrease from what you are used to when it comes to just the traffic and the amount of people using Windover Avenue to get around. But that's not stopping everybody. We actually saw a few minutes ago before we went live, there was someone trying to get over the hill. If you see over my shoulder, they were trying to get over that big hill to get to the other side from 40 to the other side of Windover. And unfortunately, they could not make it. They had actually an officer come to try to escort them back around, so they could not push themselves over the hill at that time. So thankfully there's been no, in this stretch anywhere that we've seen, no wrecks, nothing of any kind, but that doesn't mean that things are still not dangerous. It's still sleeting at this time. We had freezing rain, we've had sleet, we've had the wintry mix. It's been a little bit of everything. But one thing I've also noticed too is that even these have been pre-treated with salt, and they've been consistently treated by the city of Greensboro as they've come around putting salt on it while we've been here throughout the entire day. That doesn't mean that they are completely cleared. So as you are going out and about, if you do, ideally you would stay here, but stay at home. But if you do have to go out, please, I beg of you, use caution. I saw a minivan earlier this morning go way faster down Windover than it probably should in this weather. So please, use caution and be safe. That's all we want to do for you today. Live in Greensboro, Manning Franks, WFMY News 2.
All right, thank you so much, Manning. We will sound like a broken record all morning long. Take it slow if you must be out and about. Me and Megan, we both drove into work this morning and it was pretty icy.
Yeah, I saw a tractor trailer in the median on 29. Thankfully, Highway Patrol was already helping. I do have an interview coming up with the mayor of Greensboro. She's going to give us a big assessment, having talked with crews this morning on how things are going with the response. Right now, let's head out to Giselle Thomas, keeping track of conditions in Alamance County. Giselle, has the power situation gotten better there?
Hey, you guys. Yes, so just circling back, just to answer that question real quick, there's still about 151 customers that are without power in Alamance County. It's actually off of this road, off of Acorn and Allendale Drive. Duke Energy does say that it's waiting for those conditions to improve because of the severe weather that we're having now. So right now, restoration is not taking place just as of yet, but at least it's just those homes, and that's been going on since around 2 a.m. this morning. Just to give you guys a quick look at how the traffic conditions are here, we are in Burlington right off of I-40. We're right in between where the Home Depot is and also the Sheets. So the Department of Transportation says that all of the main interstates and also priority roads do have ice and snow on them. And just to give you a quick tip of how the weather conditions are, you can see that there's some of that ice that's coming and accumulating on my head covering, but then also you can see it as the wind is whipping all throughout this morning. So visibility is kind of tough. So if you do need to go outside, please make sure that you are, if you're not driving, make sure that you're just covered and wearing the most appropriate clothes. And if you do not have to drive, don't do it. It's very hard to see out here. It's really not the best conditions, and that's also what our state leaders are also advising as well. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself together, but then also staying warm out there. Live in Burlington, Giselle Thomas, WFMY News 2.
All right, Giselle, looks like some progress being made there, thankfully. Tanya Rivera is live in Kernersville. Tanya, we saw a neighbor walking the dog earlier, but it looks like it's slow going where you are, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in most of the neighborhoods, right, you're going to see that there is nothing going on. In fact, I'm looking out at the main roadway in my neighborhood. No one has driven on it yet. It still looks all like really pretty and snow driven at the moment. I got out my snow on 2-stick. I know we didn't get snow, but we did get like that sleet pellet and some of the fluffy snow here. And keep in mind, I am south of I-40. So sometimes the tail of 240s really is different. So when I put my snow on 2-stick here, I've got about an inch or so. And I got to tell you, I know that Manning said his was icy, but mine is kind of fluffy. So I don't know, depending on where you are in the Triad, this may be the time for you to go out and play a little bit in the snow. I got to tell you, my lab had a great time in the snow, because if the freezing rain comes, as they say it is, then all of this is going to be gone and none of this will be play worthy. So this may be your time to get bundled up. And let me give you a little tip on the bundling up. Put something back here. I got to tell you, that sleet has been coming down underneath my neck. So make sure you bundle up before you go out. And if you happen to be south of I-40 right now, it seems to be coming down once again. So we hope that you have a good time in it. We hope that your power stays on. And of course, we'll be bringing you live updates all throughout the morning. Live in Forsyth County, Tanya Rivera, WFMY News 2.
All right, thank you so much, Tanya. And she's right, bundle up if you're going to be out and about. Ed Matthews told us this morning the wind chill at PTI, 2 degrees.
Yeah.
So we know that that's quite cold. And just take it slow when you're out and about. We did get an update from DOT about that obstruction out on I-40 in Guilford County. That is now clear. All lanes are back open.
I know my kids are watching right now during breakfast and heard Tanya say the word sled, and they're going to be pestering my husband to take him out, because it sounds like conditions are only going to deteriorate from here. This afternoon will be way too dangerous to be out and about as this freezing rain starts hitting us and things become just really slick.
Yeah, be safe out there. It's 8:11. We'll be right back. Stick with us.